Guys, welcome to the daily answer writing session. Guys, these sessions are conducted every day 7 p.m. live, where I will teach you how to write mind-blowing answers in the UPSC mains examination. Guys, let me just share this thing with other students. So, guys, let us start. Okay, so let me just share today's question. Today's question is very is can you see the question, guys? Can you see the question in the comment box? Please tell me if you can see the question. Okay, so let me read the question to you. Okay, it's a general studies paper 3 question. General studies paper 3 question, economy section. Okay, do you agree India failed to build manufacturing and prematurely deindustrialized? If yes, discuss the implications. If yes, discuss the implications. Okay, so the question has two parts. Part 1, you have to answer. Do you think India has prematurely deindustrialized? Okay, so here you have to answer that is India deindustrializing or India has deindustrialized. And second part, you have to answer the implications. You have to answer the implications of this. Okay. So before we try to answer this, we have to understand what is deindustrialization. Okay, so how to answer this, guys? We can start with the statement here. Okay, deindustrialization. Okay, deindustrialization is what? Deindustrialization is what, guys? It is a process of decreasing the share of manufacturing in the overall GDP. Okay, in the overall GDP. Deindustrialization is what? When the share of manufacturing starts declining, then it is called deindustrialization. Generally, what happens? The countries, first, they are agriculture dominated, then they are manufacturing dominated, and then they became service economy. So this is the natural transition. Okay, this is called basically deindustrialization in the modern sense, when the manufacturing domination starts declining and the economy becomes service oriented. For example, all the developed countries like USA, UK, okay, France, all these countries have undergone deindustrialization, where the share of services is more than the share of manufacturing. Okay, guys. So how we can say that India has deindustrialized? Okay, so we can say that, okay, the share of manufacturing has stagnated at 15 to 17% in the last 30 years. In the last 30 years, the share of manufacturing has stagnated at 15 to 17%, whereas the share of services has jumped to 55% of the GDP. 55% of the GDP. Therefore, we can conclude that rather than deindustrialization, India has rather than deindustrialization, India has what? India has stagnated. India has stagnated. India has not deindustrialized. India has stagnated. Is this clear, guys? Is this clear? India has stagnated. Is this clear? Okay, so India has not deindustrialized. India has stagnated. Manufacturing has stagnated, not deindustrialized. If it is deindustrialized, this should reduce to 10% or 7%, but we have been stagnant at 17%. We have been stagnant at 17%. So we can say that, we can say what? We can say that, okay, it is stagnation. It is stagnation, not deindustrialization. Okay. What are the implications? What are the implications, guys? Okay, what are the implications? The implication is what? What is the implication of stagnation of manufacturing? Implication is, guys, first is, guys, you know, is the unemployment. Unemployment, okay. Guys, it is the manufacturing sector which is labor intensive sector. Okay, manufacturing sector is labor intensive sector, and because we are not able to grow manufacturing, on the other hand, the youth population is growing, so there is huge unemployment. Okay, unemployment levels are more than 25% among youths. Okay, that is the first implication. Second implication, imports. Because our manufacturing sector is not growing, we import a lot of manufactured goods. Like recently, you see the laptops. Government has banned import of laptops and all that. So, okay, lot of telecommunication, okay, telecommunication imports we are importing. We are import dependent because of lack of manufacturing. Third, poverty. Per capita income is low. Per capita income is low. Why? Guys, without manufacturing, we would not be able to increase our per capita income. Why? Because, guys, any country in the past which has industrialized, which has become rich, they have only become rich by exporting outside, by only exporting outside. So without exporting goods, it is difficult for India to become a rich country. It is difficult to boost the per capita income without exports. It is next to impossible. It is next to impossible. So per capita income is low. Per capita income is low. Next. Okay. Predominance of agriculture. Predominance of agriculture. Predominance of agriculture. Still 47% of population. 47% of population is still dependent on agriculture. Still, people are languishing in agriculture. People are not able to come out of agriculture because there is no low skill employment. There is no low skill employment. Guys, remember, services sector employment is high skill employment. Services sector employment is high skill employment. For example, services export, IT, services, banking, finance, all these are high skill. Whereas low skill employment, which is generated in manufacturing, we are not able to do that. So we have a big chunk of population, 47% to be precise, still languishing in agriculture. Still languishing in agriculture. So these are some of the implications. These are some of the implications of what? Indian manufacturing stagnating. Indian manufacturing stagnating. So guys, okay, just remember one thing. Just remember one thing. Although the question was saying that India has deindustrialized, but India has not deindustrialized. India has not deindustrialized. India has stagnated. Manufacturing has stagnated. So you need not, okay, accept what is the question. You need not accept what is the question because it's a question mark. It's a question mark. You'll say that the manufacturing has not, okay, reduced. It has stagnated. It has stagnated. But yes, there are some negative implications of that, which we have discussed. And in the end, you will give way forward. In the end, you will give way forward. What is the way forward, guys? Okay. Boost manufacturing. Boost manufacturing. How? So we have the PLI scheme. We have to boost the logistics. We have to improve the logistics. We have to go for skilling. Okay, we have to go for skilling, PLI, logistics. All these things we have to do to boost manufacturing. Way forward, we have to give way forward. Talk about the government schemes. talk about the trade policy, we have to align the trade policy also. Okay, PLI, logistics, skilling of workforce, all these things we need to do in order to improve our share of manufacturing. In order to improve our share of manufacturing. Okay, guys. So, guys, I hope you understood. This was a very analytical question. This was a very analytical question. And General Studies paper 3, many students are suffering because they are unable to think inside the exam hall. But if your way of study, if your way of preparation is very analytical, then you can easily handle such kind of questions. I hope you liked the today's question. Okay, please do comment and please do share your views on these answer writing sessions. If you like the question, if you like my analysis, and please do share